What's going on, guys? This is Dynasty 3890 here. Welcome back to another roster prediction. Well, the first one for 19. We've done these last few years. First one for MLB 19. New roster updates come out this upcoming Friday, April 19th. So I did go to Twitter and I asked you guys who should get some upgrades or downgrades for this week. I asked you to include just one player per tweet, and I may include your response into this video. So if I didn't include your response, a lot of you guys gave the same players, so I can only include one per player, obviously. But if you do want to be in the next roster prediction upgrade video, now if you didn't know, MLB 19 will upgrade their or update their rosters every 2 weeks, so every other Friday. So just keep that in mind. So there will be no roster prediction video next week, but the week after that. But if you want to follow me on Twitter, a link to my Twitter down in the description below. You can just follow me there. If you just want any updates about MLB The Show, or if you want to ask about roster predictions, or you just want to follow for any MLB news or just stupid memes, I'm always there. But let's get into this, and let's go over some players who I think should get upgrades and downgrades, and why. First up, we have Chris Sale from my Boston Red Sox. He is struggling a lot this year, and Papa Dad said Chris Sale deserves a downgrade, I'd assume a little bit. And I think you're right. Now, it's funny. So he is pitching tonight, or the night I'm recording this, against the Yankees. I'm not sure if they're going to include that. I mean, that is in San Diego Studios, in how his attributes may change. But coming into this start, he has an ERA of 9 this year. His whip is 1.54. His batting average against is a 308 average for hitters against him. And he's only striking out 5.54 per 9 innings. Do I think he should be like a gold card? Obviously not. I think a -1 would be fair. I think a slight decrease in Ks per 9, or maybe a slight decrease in hits per 9. I mean, he has had great years the last 2 years. If you didn't know, they determine attributes based on a 3-year average, so you got to keep that in mind. But I do think I wouldn't be shocked if he gets a -1, maybe a -2. I don't think they'll go that far yet, but I could see him going down to an 89. Here we have Austin Meadows from the first place Tampa Bay Rays, and at its nanny boy said Austin Meadows to silver, maybe 77. I like Austin Meadows. I think he deserves an upgrade. A 77 would be a +11 upgrade. That's not happening. But he should get an upgrade. This year he's hitting .357 with a .438 on base and a .732 slugging percentage. He has 6 home runs. He's a young player. He was originally with the Pirates. He got traded to the Rays, I believe, in the Chris Archer trade. And I think you get an increase in contact power, vision, I think you can increase all that stuff. I'm giving him a +3 to a 69. Nice. I mean, if you look right now, he has a +11 contact and +11 power. So basically a +22. And that gives him a 69 overall. I'm being conservative with this one. I could see him maybe go to a 70, maybe a 71. He won't go to a 77. There's no way they're going to give him a +11 after 2 weeks. Maybe by the end of the year he could be a silver card. But right now, no. I'm saying +3. I could rationalize it to a +5. But I do think he's deserving of an upgrade. Next up here, we have Tim Anderson from the White Sox. Now, Moncada was another guy sticking for the White Sox, but I went with Tim Anderson. And Sean D189 said Tim Anderson should get an upgrade. He's hitting .453 with an on-base plus slugging of a 1,142. And yet, he's hitting .453. What's crazy is his discipline is awful. He has a .463 on-base percentage. He's walking like a 10th of the time, or 100th of the time, excuse me. He is slugging really well at .679. He has 3 home runs. He also has 5 stolen bases, so the speed's not bad. I think the speed's fair. I'm giving him a +2. As you can see today with his inside edge, it happens to be a +2 as well. I don't think he's a silver yet. He could be. He's still only 25. He's a young player. But I do think they can increase his contact versus right, because he's in .444 versus right-handed pitching this year. He mashes lefties, as you can see, and his contact versus left is 88. But I think we should give him an increase in contact versus right. Maybe like a 10-ish. Maybe a little bit of power as well. And there, boom, you get a 74. I think he could be a silver later on. But right now, I think just a +2 seems fair. Here we have Chris Davis, the good Chris Davis from the Oakland Athletics. And at Joey Wright 10 said Chris Davis. Joey, you spelled his name wrong, but I'll still give you credit for it. There's an H in there. He is ridiculous this year. He's in .264, which is higher than his .247 he's been hitting for. .312 on base, which isn't crazy. .694 slugging, which is really good. What's the craziest part? He has 10 home runs this year. Now, if you look at what he's on pace for, I don't think he's going to do this. Actually, I know he's not going to do this. He's on pace for 85 home runs. He would break Bond's record by 11. Or 12, because Bond's at 73. So, I would definitely give him an upgrade. I think he should get a +3. Make him a gold, not a silver. I want to compare him roughly to Nelson Cruz. I think he should be very similar to Nelson Cruz, especially in the contact. I don't know if there's a player in the bigs who has more power than Chris Davis, which is crazy because you look at his height. He's 5'11", 203 pounds. He's not a big guy. I don't know how he does it. Just must be just pure bat speed and just like torque. I don't know. But the point is, insane power. I think he should be very similar to Nelson Cruz. And Nelson Cruz is a gold, so I would make Chris Davis a gold, a +3. Next up, we have Domingo Santana from the Seattle Mariners. He has a Brewers jersey on that, but he's on the Mariners. And at SpongeLord said, also Domingo Santana contact upgrade. Now Santana this year is doing really well. He's in .354 with a .420 on base percentage. He's also slugging at .557 with 4 home runs. And I agree. I think the power's pretty fair, the 69 and 63. He also has 3 stolen bases. I mean, if you want to increase speed, go nuts. Not a lot, maybe a few. But I think contact should get a nice little upgrade. I would put his contact to about at 5 to each. Now, if you do that, that gives him a +2. And actually, it's funny, his inside edge is a +2 today as well. But I would put him as a 76, which makes him a silver. And for the Mariners, where they don't have many golds or silvers, or not, they have some silvers, but not really no golds. I think just 1 or 2. It's important that that can really increase his value over time. If people want to do the collections, he'll be more rare in packs. So I think he should be an upgrade to at least a 75. I'm thinking a 76, but either way, if he's increased to either of those, he then becomes a silver. Here we have Ronald Acuña Jr. from the Braves, and at @R_Cameron8 said, Acuña, no doubt. I'm assuming for an upgrade. Now, with Acuña, I thought he should have been a diamond to begin the year. That's just me. Now, I know his fielding's not great, and he's a common fielder, and I guess that's what's holding him back. But this year he's hitting .302 with a .431 on base, a .642 slugging percentage. He has 5 home runs. Now, I want to give him a diamond, but I'm looking at just how poor his fielding is. That right today with his inside edge, he has a +12 in contact versus left and a +12 power versus left. That's 24 attributes going up, and he still only gets an increase of +1. Basically, what's holding him back is fielding, but he is walking a ton, so I would increase his discipline maybe to a low 80s, 81, 82. If you want to increase contact, probably not but power, I would rationalize you increase power. I wouldn't be shocked if they just increase his fielding a little bit to make him a diamond. I remember they did that last year with JD Martinez. They just randomly increased his fielding when he was DHing for most of the year. Because it's going to be hard for him to go diamond with this poor fielding. As you can see with this inside edge, he's a 5-star, but he's only a +1 overall. So I think they'll find a way to make him a diamond. I thought he should have been a diamond at the beginning of the year. That's just my humble opinion. So I'm going to give him a diamond. I'm going to make him an 85. And yeah, people who have been investing in Acuña, you can cash in on that. Next up here, we have Pete Alonso from the New York Mets. And at Oliver Point said, Pete Alonso, he should get an upgrade. And I agree. He's had a great start of his career. He's been mashing the ball. He's hitting .339 with a .418 on base, a .763 slugging, which is higher than Austin Meadows. It's higher than Chris Davis. He has 6 home runs. He also has 7 doubles. He's just hitting everything hard. Now, I'm giving him a +4. With inside edge, so he actually gets a +7. I think that's a little much. I would increase his contact a little bit, but mostly his power. I would get his power versus left and right to around low 70s, low to mid 70s. And that puts him around a +4. Now, with a lot of first basemen out there, I mean, will he stand out? Probably not. But could he become a high silver, low gold band of the year? I think he could, because his fielding, even when it says common on the top right, it's actually not awful. 67, as the fielding isn't bad, and the lack of speed at first won't affect his overall compared to lack of speed as an outfielder. So right now, I would give him a nice upgrade to a 73. Like I said, if he continues to mash this year, I could see him becoming a low gold by the end of the year. But right now, he should get an upgrade, higher bronze, but I don't think a silver yet. Here we have Darvish from the Cubs, and he's been awful for the Cubs the last 2 years. So last year he had a 4.95 ERA, which was bad, but then when you compare it to what he's done this year, it actually looks halfway decent. This year his ERA is north of 6. It's 6.11. His WHIP is a 175, And what's crazy, because he struggled with the Dodgers, but before he was with the Dodgers, he was with the Rangers and won a pretty friendly hitters ballpark, 2 in the American League, which is usually a better hitters league, harder for pitchers because they have to face DHs instead of pitchers. But since he's gone to the National League, he's actually struggled more. And I don't understand why. He's not really doing many things well. I would make him a silver. I'd put him as a -2, a 79. I would sell any Yu Darvishes now because once he goes to silver, his quick sell value goes to 100 instead of 1,000. So if you have any or any in excess, unless you're using them on your team, I'd sell them. I mean, he's still a pretty good pitcher in the game, but in real life, he's been garbage the last 2 years with the Cubs. Terrible signing for them, but that's a different topic for a different video. But yeah, if you got any Darvishes, I'd probably look to sell off as quickly as possible. Next up, we have Christian Yelich, last year's MVP with the Milwaukee Brewers, and at Banff Breakers, who, little plug for Banff, he does real sport card breaks, baseball, football, basketball card breaks on Twitch. Little shout out to Banff, but he said, according to a lot of clueless Twitter warriors, Yelich should go to a signature series. That's a little much. However, Christian Yelich has been amazing again this year. He had 3 home run games. He has 8 now for the year. He's in .354 with a 449 on-base percentage and a 785 slugging, which is better than Pete Alonso's. Now, I think he should get a big increase in power. His power versus right and left are both not bad. Now, with inside edge giving him a +12 in both contact and power versus right, he becomes an 89. His fielding and speed aren't bad, but they're not great. He's a silver fielder, and he's probably like a above average base runner, I would say. I'd give him an increase in power, and I'd go +2. Make him an 88. If you want to go to 89, go crazy, but I mean, he's one of the best players, if not, I take it back. Trout was hurt. Because Trout's hurt, you could argue Christian Yelich has been the best player in baseball this year. Once Trout is healthy, Trout is the best. But it's really that fight for second. But since Trout's been injured, you could argue Yelich has been the best player in baseball. So I'd give him a nice upgrade. +2 for him. Yeah, he's had a great year. He also has 3 stolen bases as well. And lastly, we have Cody Bellinger. Now, if you guys think I missed anyone that should get an upgrade or downgrade, meet me in the comments down below. We can definitely talk, and maybe they'll be in the next one or something like that. But we got at Laws2DamaX said Bellinger should go up. Yeah, he should. He's hitting .433, ridiculous. .513 on base, Bonds-like. .925 slug. He's basically the reincarnation of Barry Bonds from like 2001 to 2004. Right now, for like 2 weeks. Do I think he'll continue this? No. He's not going to hit over 400. He's on pace for 81 home runs. He's not going to do that. Could he hit 50 home runs this year? I think he could. Could he hit 55? Yeah. Could he hit 60? Probably not, but hey, you never know. But he's been amazing this year. Now, with inside edge at 5-star, he becomes a diamond at an 85 with a +11 power versus right and contact versus right. Now, I guess he's been playing right field more this year, so he will change his position. I've heard mixed things. People have done the research, and they said he goes down or up based off his change in position. Because of that, I'm just going to say that they'll may just change if they, let's say if he goes to right field, it actually brings him to an 81. They may just like change a few things to make him an 82 anyway. But just based off how he's doing this year, I'd put him at a diamond. He had a great rookie year. He struggled a little last year, but like I said, San Diego Studios does a 3-year average to calculate attributes. So because of the great rookie year and the great third year, that will boost him up. I'm going to put him as an 85 diamond. The newest member of the Diamond Club will be Cody Bellinger. So again, another guy, if you've been hanging on to him, I think you can cash in on it. And like I said, I think he's for real. I love Cody Bellinger as a player in this. Like I said, do I think he's going to hit 81 home runs? That's what he's on pace for? No. I think at the end of the year, he could maybe hit 320 with like a 420 on base, a 700 slugging with like mid-50s home run, which is like MVP type numbers. I truly believe he could do that. So I would definitely hang on to him if you pull them, unless you just really need the stubs. But yeah, like I said, if you think I missed anyone, guys, meet me in the comments down below. If you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and drop a like if you did enjoy the video. I'll talk to you later, little boys. Take it easy. Peace.